A former U.S. Air Force mechanic has been charged with trying to cross into Syria to join ISIS. He served with the U.S. Air Force from 1986 until 1990. For more on this, I'm joined by Thomas Joscelyn. He's a senior fellow at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies. He's joining us this morning from New York. Thanks for being with us. We appreciate you being back on our program. What do you make of this? This man, Tyrod Pug, served as an avionics systems specialist, and now we're learning that he may be wanting to become radicalized. Does this fit a profile?
Well, you know, the profiles for these types of radicalization process are sort of all over the place. In fact, there's a great mystery in the counterterrorism world still about all the steps that are required for radicalization. However, I think in this case, you know, it takes time to unwind all that and figure out exactly what set him off or set him on this path. But there's good reporting anyway in the early reports that suggest he's long sought to join the jihad. Way back in 2001, there was actually a complaint to the FBI because his coworker said, when he was working for American Airlines at the time, that he was actually sympathetic to Osama bin Laden. And then in 2002, another coworker or coworkers said that he actually had expressed sort of sympathy for the jihadists in Chechnya and that he wanted to go fight there. And then more recently, his wife said that he wanted to join the jihad in Palestine. So I think the early reports indicate that this is a guy who had long sought to join the jihad.
Do you think that his military background, his American military background, may have played a factor in this?
You know, I mean, certainly they have some recruits from militaries across the world, but I don't see any reason to think that that's a particularly dominant factor here. I mean, we'd have to get into the specifics of his time in service, which is really a long time ago. And really all the data we have right now suggests that his radicalization started later than that. But again, unwinding that takes some time.
So what happens to him now, and what can be learned from him?
Well, I think, you know, the interesting thing here is you can see that he was stopped in Turkey. He had been in Egypt, and then he went to Turkey, and he was going to go from Istanbul into Syria. And what you're seeing, particularly with Americans, is that they seem to get tagged in Turkey more and more often. That's because it becomes a big red flag. Anybody who's traveling on an American passport or any sort of paperwork, that why are you going into Syria? And for some reason, it seems to be that Americans are stopped more easily in Turkey than other nationalities. And at least the good news here is that the Turkish government actually stopped this guy.
All right. Thomas Joscelyn, Senior Fellow at the Foundation for the Defense of Democracies. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.